To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
Welcome to the Talk About the Magic podcast, where you'll find inspiration and encouragement tied together with the magic of Disney. Now, here's your host, Joseph Ballesteros.
What is going on, Magic Shares? How are you doing? I hope you've had a wonderful, month and a half off from my voice? I hope you've had a wonderful beginning of the year so far. So much has happened and changed for me personally over the past couple months. Just to give you a brief little kind of backstory of what's been going on. As you know, the podcast had been going through some changes, and then I was focusing on positive, encouraging, doing all that, and I was doing the show. The last episode actually was episode 195. Give or take, right? Because there's a couple episodes where I kind of was off. So this is going to be episode 200. Congratulations. Yay. But it was a set a deadline for your goal was the last episode. And the past episodes have kind of been my own preparation of what I was trying to do. And it was kind of me also talking to myself on kind of setting my mindset on what I wanted to achieve. Recently, I have had some changes with where I work and how I work, and I'm still trying to do the business. I'm still trying to do the podcast, but different. I'm not doing the podcast per se anymore. So I don't like to say never, because we don't say that here. We don't say goodbye or anything. We always say see you real soon. So in this case, with the podcast, this style of podcast is a see you real soon. I'm not saying that forever, that I'll never come back to it, at least this style of podcasting. But things have changed. So I'm going to go ahead and let you know what that is. Right now, the only people who knew before you are the people who are on the mailing list. So if you're not on the mailing list, please get on there so you can find out truly the newest news when it comes to Talk About the Magic. If you go to talkaboutthemagic.com, it's a little rough. It's a little rough of a page, I'll give you that. But it's focusing you on just the main point. You're not seeing the podcast episodes anymore. You can still find them. They're under the podcast tab. But you're focusing on the main point, and that is Talk About the Magic Radio, or TATM Radio, which is short for Talk About the Magic. What is TATM Radio? So, what is TATM Radio? So, TATM Radio is a radio station focusing on playing your favorite Disney classics from yesterday, today, and Tomorrowland. What that means is it's not just playing music of the parks, but it's actually playing the music of films, snippets from interviews of Walt, just all around experiencing Disney. I feel, the most that you can. I found, to me personally, I could be wrong, but when I was looking for things to help me get my Disney feel, I wasn't finding a lot. I found, some awesome streaming radios regarding the park music. Of course, you can go on YouTube and find a ton of stuff like that as well. And I had been let down by Disney Radio itself. When Disney Radio, I used to listen to it. I used to love it because it would actually play Disney music. And now it's pretty much like just pop, right? It's just regular. You can hear it on any station for the most part. Yeah, they'll throw in some Disney here and there, but not actual Disney. They'll throw in they don't even throw in really their music per se from their movies all the time. It's just kind of once in a while. So I wanted something for me. I have about 7 years in radio. I've been working and as my own personal back there, and so I had experience with doing this, but nothing to this extent of doing the internet radio. I have a ton of Disney music myself because I ended up buying it myself and trying to I was enjoying listening to myself. And when this podcast had started, my goal was trying to inspire and encourage others through Disney magic. And then I kind of just had a light bulb moment, which was to kind of fuse the two. My love for not only Disney music, but also, again, encouraging and just creating an all-around fun thing to listen to as a family or by yourself. either way, when you're listening to it, I want you to feel good. I want you to feel happy. I want you to feel some of the magic that you get. So I did about 2 months worth of research, because Disney is not something you want to go lightly into. Obviously there's a ton of issues when it comes to licensing, and you want to make sure you're not doing any copyright infringement, all these kind of things. And so, I excuse me, I reached out to lawyers and kind of entertainment lawyers, asking their opinion. Then I reached out to the major companies like ASCAP, BMI, asking how they worked. And, it was just a big, long process. And, through every single kind of road I was going down, it was always coming down to the main issue that I had, which was way too expensive for me to afford. But I kept looking and kept trying to find something, and finally I found a company that I ended up going with that actually, is and what's the word? Like expertise. They're experts in this field when it comes to radio internet. They were able to walk me through everything. I was able to get the licenses I needed. So hopefully there's never going to be an issue. And I was like, okay, all right. And that kind of was the go ahead for me to just get serious with this and start pursuing it. So that's what I did. And I'm still learning. I mean, it's a whole new kind of software program, nothing I've ever used before. So I'm still learning things about it. But I have set myself for a goal to start something in April, to get this up and going by April, because I didn't want, one, to leave you guys high and dry for that long. But two, I feel like if you don't put that kind of deadline, you do have a tendency to keep finding reasons why it's not time to start. And honestly, for most things, there's never literally 100% perfect time to start. It's more like you gave yourself the goal, and then the stars aligned and everything went off without a hitch. Not so much like guaranteed if I wait and wait, eventually it'll be a perfect time to start. No, it's more about you go all in. And this is what we've talked about on the podcast for the past, 3 years, with all the wonderful guests that we've had. It really is about going in and pursuing your passion and your goal. So this is a new kind of stage. Talk About the Magic podcast has evolved into TATM Radio. And I really hope you guys are going to like it. So like I said, Monday through Saturday, it's all Disney. Everything Disney. And then Sunday, I did something a little different. I did it a little more personal for me. Like I said, I'm the podcast, spirit lives on through Sunday. Because Sunday, I still want to keep about that kind of refocus, re-energizing, right? And keeping that positivity and encouragement going. So Sunday is going to be positive and encouraging music. It's like right now, if you go to it, you're going to hear Disney, because like I said, I'm still working out the kinks and I'm working on it. But probably by next week, you will hear that Sunday will be positive, encouraging music. I'm going to be putting more uplifting messages. I'm going to be putting the podcast there now. So Talk About the Magic per se, the podcast, the way you're hearing it now is ending, but it's not all ending. On Sunday, you will now hear the new episode, Talk About the Magic, on the actual TATM radio. So that's exciting for me, because I didn't want to give that up. I love being able to talk and just hopefully give you guys some of that encouragement and inspiration you're maybe wanting to hear. And so to be able to continue doing that just is making me so ecstatic. I'm very happy for that. And so that will be still going on Sunday, except now you'll be hearing it through TATM radio, not through the actual podcast app or whatever, however you're listening to it. And then Monday through Saturday will be Disney music as well as shows. I am working on that. It is a process, because I am alone in the sense of how I'm producing it and everything. So it's taking time. But a couple ideas just to give you a hint of what they're doing, what kind of shows we're going to be doing. We will be doing kind of like news shows, of course, updates, going over kind of the latest news regarding the Disney parks or Disney films or anything like that during the week. Of course, we're going to be doing another style of show, which is going to be focusing on tips and getting some ideas. Again, being able to do the podcast, I've met so many wonderful people that I have been able to reach out to, and they have been more than willing and beyond kind of being able to help share with their wisdom of finding the kind of the best tips when it comes to Disney. So I'm excited because there's a lot of different things. This opens up a lot more opportunity for myself and for the listener, for you guys to be able to, for the Magic Tier, to be able to listen and get more than just kind of the same old. And so I'm very, very pumped up to be able to share this with you guys. It's been something that I've thought about but never really put the pen to the paper, and now I'm finally doing that. So there's a lot of different ways you can hear TATM Radio. Right now, as of now, they should be all set up, but it could take some time. I've of course put it in all the different databases, TuneIn and everything like that. So like if you go to TuneIn, if you're a TuneIn app listener, you can just type in TATM Radio or search Talk About the Magic, and I should pop up. But also, I can't control that, so it may not be there when you check. So the easiest way, 100 easiest guaranteed way where you can hear it is by simply going to talkaboutthemagic.com. Going to talkaboutthemagic.com, you'll see, like I said, it just right there, big letters, TATM Radio. It'll have two links that you can choose, but they're both the same thing. I just wanted people to be able to make sure, not to miss the links. And you just click it and click the play button, and it'll open up the new page where you can hear the streaming 24/7. It's a 24-hour station, yes. But also there's another way you could do it. I personally enjoy it this way. If you download, it's called Live 365. It's an app. If you download that app, you don't have to sign up. You don't have to make an account. That's what I really liked about it. I was a little concerned because I was like, now you have to put in your email. You don't have to do that though. You just download the app. You're going to search. And in this search, you're just going to type in TATM Radio. I'm doing it right now. So that way, you can, I guess, hear me type. Does that make sense? No, it doesn't make sense. And scratch that. You don't search TATM Radio. I'm sorry. You would actually search Talk About the Magic Radio. I got to fix that. So you can just search Talk About the Magic Radio in this search button. Click it. You're going to hear it come on right now. Look. Currently on TATM Radio, you can hear Hawaiian Roller Coaster Ride. That's what's playing right now as I'm recording this podcast. But once you're there, very simply click the three dots, and then you put Add to My Favorites. And now every time you go to the app, you just click to your favorites, and you'll find it there. But of course, you don't have to do that either. You can just go to Talk About the Magic, and you can listen there. I am working on getting an app done for strictly TATM Radio. It is a little bit of a process because for all of us iOS geeks out there, Apple did make it a lot harder to get apps in store now. As far as apps like this, where it's just kind of a basic stream, they want live content, consistent updating. And so because of that, it's a little tough for me to get approved. Not to say I'm not going to. I am working on it right now, but it might take a little more time. So that's why the easiest and safest way is to head over to talkaboutthemagic.com, and you can listen there 24/7. Of course, be sure to follow me over on Twitter at Talk the Magic, Instagram Talk About the Magic, and Facebook Talk About the Magic for any other updates. Of course, if you really want to get the latest, be sure to sign up to the email list because those are Magic Tiers that I get to first. So I am excited. In this podcast post, you're going to just see two links. One to go straight to the radio, another to go straight to Talk About the Magic. I hope that you will click them. I hope that you will listen. I hope that you will give me some feedback. Let me know what kind of music you want to hear. Right now, this is all personal taste, so you guys might have different tastes and better taste than I have and have better ideas for songs to put up. So please do not hesitate. You can always tweet at me just a real quick tweet at Talk the Magic and just say, hey, can you play this? Can you play that? I ain't got no problem with that. I would love it. Same thing on any other social site. Or you can always still email me at talkaboutthemagicpodcast@gmail.com. Again, this isn't goodbye. This is see you real soon, because I will see you real soon over at TATM Radio. I hope you have a wonderful night, day, weekend whenever you're listening to this. And as always, stay magical.
This was the Talk About the Magic podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to rate, subscribe, and share with a friend. Thanks for listening, and as always, stay magical.